96.7 KCAL rocks. It's your Monday, and it's time to talk some sports. Man, do we have some sports go down. That's why we got our guy, Pep. What's going down, Pep?
Yeah, so much to get to today, guys. We will start with the NBA Finals because I'll be honest, I didn't even think the Miami Heat would take one game against the Lakers in the finals, but they got game 3 last night. They beat the Lakers 115-104, but the Lakers still lead the NBA Finals 2-1, but the Heat were shorthanded. The Lakers have all the star power. I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm surprised that the Heat even got one game so far.
I'm glad because at least we have some competitiveness going on.
I mean, the Heat are a good team, but yeah, just it looked like the Lakers were going to be able to just sweep the whole thing. I mean, maybe the Heat can make it a series, but I think now instead of celebrating our championship on Tuesday, we might just be celebrating our championship on Thursday now.
Could be the deal.
Just push your plans back 2 days, guys. We'll still be celebrating.
That's all.
Just delaying the inevitable, it feels like, with the Lakers trying to win their, I think it's 17th NBA championship, which would tie them with the Boston Celtics. So, after 3 games, Lakers still up 2-1, but the Heat did get them last night. Kind of a weird scene at the end of that game that LeBron James walked off the floor while the game was still going. I mean, the game was already over. It was the final second, so I'm not going to blow it out of proportion, but it was kind of weird to see LeBron just kind of stroll off with the game not having been completed yet.
Since it's LeBron, it's a huge deal.
Right.
Him and Jimmy Butler were totally going at it, dude. 2 competitors. Hey,
I mean, you're in the championship of your sport. Yeah, this is when those emotions and that competitiveness is going to be at the all-time high when you're trying for the championship.
I mean, people make a big deal about it, I think, because of the famous Isaiah Thomas walk-off. But a lot of people forget the year before Isaiah did that, the Celtics were like walking off the court, like across the court, the whole team, while they were shooting free throws. And nobody said a thing.
Yes. No, you're right. And plus, too, you could also blame this on COVID. There might be some protocols like, hey, no handshaking at the end of the game. You know, you're not going to greet the other team. You need to get out, hurry, and get to your locker room as soon as it's over. I mean, there's so many different things in play with this NBA Finals. So who knows?
That's right, Pep. He's just trying to be safe. Yeah. And everybody's all over him.
That's right. We've got NFL to get to. We've got the Major League Baseball playoffs to get to. It's all brought to you by Matheson Gas, the gas professionals, with 3 locations across the Inland Empire to make it so easy to get your gas. They've got locations in Rancho Cucamonga, Fontana, and Riverside. So they have all of your gas supplies. They've got welding supplies, cooling supplies. And again, if it's for your Inland Empire business, if it's for your backyard, it's for your grill, they've got all kinds of gas to help you out. And you can visit them online at mathesongas.com. Check them out online. Hit up one of their stores and get your gas. That's Matheson Gas, the gas professional. So as we move to the NFL, you know, for a moment, I think a lot of us thought maybe the Chargers had a chance to beat Tom Brady and the Buccaneers on Sunday, but old Tom Brady battled back, 5 touchdown passes, and Tampa Bay won 38-31 against the LA Chargers.
He did, and I know we're not that far into the season, but gosh, the pick 6 thing does seem to be kind of a normal thing with Tom Brady this year.
Well, I mean, they kind of said that is a big thing with a first-time quarterback in a Bruce Arians offense. They tend to throw a lot of interceptions the first year learning that offense, and that was one of the things they talked about with Brady potentially this year.
It's just like when they intercept it, they are gone. There is nobody around him. It's like, oh, ouch.
And, I mean, not bad for Herbert, his second start ever, to keep up with probably the GOAT, right?
The kid, Pep.
Yeah, Justin Herbert, I thought, did great for the Chargers to keep him in there. But yeah, a couple plays here, a couple plays there, and Tampa Bay battled back. I think they were down 17, and a couple fourth quarter touchdowns, and Tampa Bay's gonna escape, I would say, with a win. As the Chargers have now lost 3 in a row, they're 1-3 on the season, and just really banged up right now. A lot of injuries right now for the LA Chargers.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, for the Rams, the real fireworks, they did beat the Giants 17-9, but the real fireworks came at the end of the game with Jalen Ramsey and Golden Tate trying to take each other's heads off in that, I guess we'll call it a scrum, a brawl, a fight, whatever you want to call it.
I guess there's a lot of personal stuff between them. I just read that Ramsey is the father of 2 of Tate's nephews or nieces.
Right, so there's a little connection there. There was major bad blood. I watched this game very closely because my oldest boy, Kyle, is a big Jalen Ramsey fan, and it was hand-to-hand combat between Tate and Ramsey until it was like fists were flying at the end of the game.
Right.
Yes, bingo, little family drama to add some hot sauce on that game, right? Like at the end, it got got crazy. And it was a weird game, a low-scoring game. It was physical. I thought maybe it was just, emotions getting the better of them because it was just such a heated battle. But no, a little family drama, will spice it up.
It wasn't just those two either. Even Aaron Donald and one of the offensive linemen were trying to poke each other in the eyes. I mean, it was a nasty game, these two.
Are the Rams are still undefeated at SoFi now, huh? They have not lost at SoFi.
SoFi doesn't know how to lose.
Right.
All they do is win, win, win. I know. So far, it's been pretty good there in Los Angeles. I do want to say, I'll give a shout out to 40's Eagles. They beat my 49ers. And my third-string quarterback, whatever. But it was the Eagles' first win of the season, trying to pick up the slack for the NFC East, right, 40?
The thing is that one win, our first win of the season, now puts us atop the NFC East. Because we have a tie, we are in first place now because of that tie last week.
First place is first place.
It's insane. It's that kind of a football year.
Came down to the final play, and all it took was to deflect that last pass into the end zone, and now the Eagles are in first place. That's all it took.
One win, first place.
Guys, we got 2 Monday Night Football games. The scheduled one was Falcons and Packers tonight. We also now have Patriots and Chiefs because we had Cam Newton, the quarterback of the Patriots, test positive for COVID. They did a little bit of tracing. They did more testing for the Chiefs and the Patriots, and they deemed it safe. So they will play tonight. So a kind of not a doubleheader because I think there's only about an hour in between the two games, but 2 games tonight on a Monday night in the NFL.
Yeah, 40 was bringing up that he thinks it's a little weird that they're going to cancel the whole game just because of big old Cam Newton.
Very suspect that going into this year, the NFL was like, we don't care about competitive advantages. When it comes to COVID, we're just going to have to do what we have to do. Cam Newton's, let's delay this whole thing. Cam Newton's got it. It's like, I mean, what if any team on any given Sunday going into your game had an injury? They're not going to delay the team for an injury.
40, I agree. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, Stidham, get your ass ready.
Right. That's why you have a backup.
Brian Hoyer, who's next? Who knows?
Come on, big cat.
And, of course, because it's the Patriots, because it's Belichick, all of the drama comes out.
Of course. But yeah, the show has to go on. They've got to play the game, and if they can safely do it, then they're going to do it. Here we go. 2 games on a Monday night. And finally, guys, for the Major League Baseball playoffs, the Dodgers and Padres will start their best-of-5 series tomorrow. And what's strange here in this next round is their neutral site. So the Dodgers and Padres will actually be in Arlington, Texas, which is the home of the Texas Rangers. But back home in Los Angeles at Dodger Stadium, we're going to have the Astros against the A's, and the Astros are already going on Twitter saying, we love Dodger Stadium. That's where we won the World Series. It's so good to be back. They're just like rubbing it in.
Is baseball just trying to make it too easy for me to rip on it at this point?
I think the problem is, or the reason they have these swapped like this is because they have to stay in their bubble, if you will.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly why they're doing it. And again, when we get to this round of the playoffs, there's no home field advantage. I don't know why they put the Astros in Los Angeles specifically. They could have put them in San Diego. That's another one of those neutral sites. But no, the Astros are at Dodger Stadium, and they're just going on Twitter saying, we love it there. We won the World Series there. We feel right at home in Los Angeles. And I know that pains Dodger fans, but the Dodgers and Padres will be in Arlington, Braves and Marlins in Houston, and Yankees and Rays in San Diego. So how weird is it, for example, Yankees and Rays playing a series in San Diego at Petco Park?
And my TV will not be tuned into India.
The only cool thing is, aren't fans being allowed in Texas?
Tejas, yes. In Texas, they're going to add some fans. I think for the NLCS and the World Series. I think the following round, exactly.
Dodger fans, head to Texas because you can go to a Dodger game. Pep, tell them how to get your stuff.
Inland Sports, social media. That's Inland Sports, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, the YouTube channel as well. Local interviews with local guys who are now in the NFL or Major League Baseball. We love the IE.
Thanks, Pep.